The T20 World Cup, when you have to look at India's perspective, is beginning in the next week. June 5, when you look at it, is the first World Cup match that India are going to play against Ireland. Now, everybody is kind of confused as to what is the format of the T20 World Cup 2024 this time. Why there are 20 teams playing in the T20 World Cup 2024? Because 8 teams automatically made it. The other 2 were the hosts, and that is why, looking at the rankings, the top 8 teams that were there in the rankings at that time, they qualified automatically. The other 2 were hosts. Then from Europe, Africa and all the other Asia continental teams, when you look at it, it had to be 20 teams. So that's why it's a broad T20 for World Cup that you're going to see. But what is the format of the T20 World Cup 2024 this time around? Now, you have to understand these particular seedings. India A1, Pakistan A2. England are B1, Australia are B2. New Zealand are C1, West Indies are C2. RSA, South Africa are D1, Sri Lanka are D2. Now, you all will be arguing, why isn't England given the top billing of A1? The seedings and the groups are decided much before. So the rankings only keeps the teams with a certain points there, but the rankings play no role in the seedings. So 8 teams qualify automatically, but the group positions are pre-decided. Because they want to see, the ICC wants to see an India versus Pakistan in the league stages. You don't know whether they'll be in the knockout stages. That's why India and Pakistan are clubbed in the same group. They will first play each other in the group stages, then the Super 8 stages. Now, how is the format going to be? The top 2 teams from each group, A, B, C, D, make it to the Super 8s. The top 4 ranked teams from those 2 groups will then make it to the semi-final. That is how the process is at this point in time. Now, India will be playing 1 game from each of the groups that's there. So, India, who are A1, will take on New Zealand, C1, in Barbados on June 19th. Then they will travel to Antigua, where they'll take on Sri Lanka in D2. And then they'll finish the Super 8 stage on June 24th at St. Lucia. Now, India, because they're A1, are slated to play the semi-final at Providence, Guyana. So, in this way, when you look at it, C1, D2, B2. A is playing with all the other teams in the Super 8 stage. That's why you get only 3 matches in that. But out of those 3, India have not beaten 2 of them in our T20 World Cup ever. New Zealand and Sri Lanka, which is 0-3 each. Last time India played Sri Lanka in the West Indies in the T20 World Cup, Sri Lanka beat them. Now, Sri Lanka are in a rather tough group, and that is why their chances take a slight hit. But it is very important to understand, suppose India has been dumped out or Pakistan have been dumped out. So who will become A1, A2? Ireland will then step up and become A2. If India get knocked out, Ireland become A1, Pakistan remain A2. If Pakistan go out, Ireland become A2, India remain A1. The seedings will not change. The seedings are not dependent upon the position that you finish in the league stages. If an unseeded team, for example, Bangladesh are unseeded. Now, Netherlands, Bangladesh, South Africa, Sri Lanka and PNG are in one group. Suppose both Sri Lanka and South Africa are eliminated. Then if Bangladesh finish first and Netherlands finish second, then Bangladesh will be D1, Netherlands will be D2. Because they are unseeded, they can then decide upon where they finish in the points table, what is the seeding. So that is a very complicated T20 World Cup structure that you've got in place now. Do you agree with the format? Do you think this is much more appealing than a round robin format? You can write to us in the comments below. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Bye-bye.